Mindsetters. I almost said welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Hi, guys. Welcome to the show. I am Looney. Wednesday.
Hello.
Life Sciences. Llewellyn.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad.
I'm a little sad, but it's fine. Do you want me to tell them your secret?
Wait till last, I suppose. Honey.
Okay, no. We'll wait, guys, because you don't want to dampen your spirit.
Not that
Being
bad.
dramatic. What are we doing for the great day today?
Biodiversity and biomes. How's that?
That's cool. Mindsetters, I hope you guys are excited for the show. Biodiversity, biomes, everything. Llewellyn's going to give you a great lesson as he always does. Remember to hit us up on Facebook on facebook.com/LearnExtra. Our Twitter handle is @LearnExtra, and you can get all the show notes, the videos, and the schedules on learn.mindset.co.za. And if you want to win yourself this awesome Casio calculator, all you need to do is complete the Test Yourself section from our notes. There is a Test Yourself link on the Facebook page. I've just posted it now. And then you complete it, fill in your answers, fill in your details, submit your entry. You'll stand a chance to win a Casio calculator. And then we have another competition called Get Connected. What we want you to do is vote for your favorite teacher. And how you do that is that you go to our Facebook page. All the details are there. The first step says you go to a link. When you click on that link, it takes you to a Curio page. You fill in the word learn, and then you pick your favorite teacher. Once you've done that, you go back to our Facebook page. Then you pick the teacher's link. So if it has /Dinyiko, you pick on that, you choose that, and then it will take you to Dinyiko's picture. You like the picture. Then you go back to the competition graphic. You share the competition graphic to stand a chance to win 55 Rand Vodacom airtime. And then all those people who voted for their favorite teacher, and that teacher has all the likes in the world, the most likes out of all the teachers, you'll stand a chance to win a Sony Xperia L.
Nice. Well, I was lucky. To all you guys that voted for me, I was like,
didn't you have the most votes?
yeah, I did.
Yes.
But only because of them.
Yes.
You know, that means so much to us.
Yes.
It really does. So it's nice to see you guys vote and take part in things like this. Remember, there's competitions between us as well. These fights. Right. I said, hey, am I right, Looney?
Yes.
I'm right. Right. Now, tell me, what is so special about our country? Or should I say, let's just put it this way. What is so special about South Africa? There we go. Come, let me hear what you got. Remember, this is life science, which means we're talking about biology, right? So, what is so special about South Africa?
It's got great places.
It's got great places.
Yeah.
Nice. What else?
Great
Come
people.
on. Great. You say that like you were worried. Come on. We have.
I'm trying to understand where you're going with this. Like,
Well, think about it.
what
What are we doing?
That's Biosphere and
That's it,
Biomes.
biodiversity. So
Yes.
we've got a lot of biodiversity in this, right? I mean, we are stunning. We are safe. We don't have hurricanes. We don't have...
But the other day,
that was an earthquake.
what was that?
But that was
about?
like nothing compared to what happens overseas.
But that gave me a huge fright because I felt it. My bed was like, I was like, Wah!
I was at work. Why were you on bed?
I was at home. No, I wasn't sleeping. I was just at home. Babysitting my
now
niece.
we know the
And then
truth.
the bed was like, South Africa, what's going on?
So when it comes to us, we have a lot of biodiversity, okay? Now, biodiversity is a whole lot of different things. Biodiversity is we've got a lot of different types of animals, right? A lot of biomes, a lot of, like a lot of different insects, a lot of different plants, species, all of this stuff. So that's what's so special about South Africa. Right, so let's have a look at it. What are we going to do? First of all, in this lesson, okay, this is what we're going to have a look. We're going to discuss the following. Okay, if I can just get some pens going here. It's already giving me hassles, Lenny. Right, so we're going to discuss the following. Firstly, the concept of a biosphere. Okay, so what it is and where it is. Okay, then big words, the interconnectedness and the components of global ecosystems, right? We're going to have a look at the lithosphere. We're going to have a look at the atmosphere and the hydrosphere. Now, they're not as difficult as you think. Hydro's like water, hydro, I can't think of it any other way, right? Hydrosphere, atmosphere is the atmosphere, and the earth, of course, is lithosphere. It's very nice. And then we're going to have a look at terrestrial and aquatic biomes. That's what we're going to have a look at. Nice, simple, and easy. Right. So that's just where we're coming from. But first, what do we always start with, Looney? Come, try and tell me. What is
The challenge question.
Ah, the challenge question. Right. So let's have a look at it. The challenge question. I want you to finish or pick the right one that finishes what I've started. So I'm going to start off with ecology. Nice and simple. Now, is it A, B, C, or D? That's simple, huh, Looney?
Yes.
Simple. Pick one. I've made it easy. It's a multiple guess question. Let's see what you can come up with. Okay. Ecology, here we go, I'm going to change the colors so that we don't know which is which. Now, let's go with a bit of pink. Right, yes. Okay, so ecology is the science that studies evolution of life. Right. And we all know do you know what evolution is?
Evolution.
I love her when she does that. Ah, what's this? It's a wheel.
Evolution.
When
cycle.
things evolve.
Yes.
Right, there we go. Okay. Okay. It's the integrate of both social and natural sciences to help us understand how the earth works. Okay, so how the earth works. We're looking at that, the science of it, right? And the integration of the social and the natural science of it, right? Or let's lift this up a bit and we try to touch there. There we go. Or is it the study of the relationship between organisms and their environment? So how organisms go in the environment and they act and like breed and eat and get that. Yeah. You get me what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. I can't do this. It just doesn't work. Right, so it's that one. Or is the study of the environment in an absence of humans? So is it where we are taken out as humans, we like put there, and now you guys work, and that is a study of that? Huh? What do you think? Looney, do you have a clue which it'll be? Think about it. You're going to need it, because I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
So help Looney out, because she's going to answer this one today. I can tell you that now already. Okay, but first, let's carry on. First of all, we need to have a look at what biomes are. Okay, so if we have a look at it, it's very simple. The biosphere is divided into certain parts. First of all, the parts of the planet that support life. That is what we look at when we look at a biosphere. It's the part that supports life. So, Looney, what supports life?
Supports life?
Yeah, on this earth, where would you find life?
What do you mean? Life?
Yeah.
On land?
Yes, a biosphere, it's where they live. Where would you find, so you get land, that's a good one. Yes, what else?
Sea?
So, which is?
Water?
Good girl. And the last one? What is that?
Oh, they can't live in the air. Do they live in the air? Oh, yeah!
Where?
In the air.
Look at those hands up. That's brilliant. Exactly. They live in the atmosphere. Okay. They look, which is the earth. Okay, the air. They live in the lithosphere, which of course is the land. And they live in the hydrosphere, which is water. Nice and easy and simple, right? Mm-hmm. So I've got this picture over here, so you can actually have a look at it. Let me get some going here. Okay, very simple. We've got, let's get, no, yellow again. We got I don't know if what yellow is going to work. Let's get pink. We got the biosphere, right? Okay, we've got the atmosphere, which is up here. Remember, this is the biosphere, right? Can you see it? And then we've got the hydrosphere, which is the watering part. Simple, easy. Now, you need to know this. Okay, there's the three that we're looking for, and it's not that difficult. You guys can do it. Okay, now, next one. Okay, on this one, the biosphere, there are two components. Okay, first of all, there are two components of the biosphere. Okay, now everybody knows that you get these things called living and non-living. Am I right? Can you remember? You get biotic and you get abiotic. Now, please understand. Biotic and abiotic. Biotic, biology, so it's living. right? Can you remember we used to call life science biology?
Hey, back in the
Yeah?
day.
Back in the day. Can you remember when we used to run with Noah? You know who Noah is? Noah who built the ark. Yes. Yeah,
No, not that long ago.
Oh,
In my time, no.
you
No.
see?
No, I'm wrong.
Right. So
In your time.
long ago. Right. What happens is we used to call it biology because it was the biology is bio. There it is. Biotic means living. Okay. So it's biotic factors, and of course we've got the A, which means not biotic factors. Okay. And Looney, let me ask you something. What am I, biotic or abiotic?
Biotic.
Biotic. Okay, now let me try this. Looney, what is this?
Abiotic.
It's,
Oh, it's a board. It's a cutting board.
yes, now, abiotic or biotic?
Abiotic.
You see, I knew I would get it.
Oh, it's
I knew
biotic
I'd
because
get
it's a
it.
tree. No,
Yes, it's tree.
but it's not a tree. It comes from a tree.
Which is what?
No,
Is a
but-
tree living?
It is, but then that's not living. That
Ah.
was living.
Ah, there we go. So you telling me that when I die one day, right, and you put me in the ground, I'm no longer biotic, I'm dead. I'm abiotic.
Oh no, you still. Yeah.
So what is that?
Okay, yeah, it's biotic.
That is biotic. Abiotic is things like the wind, the water, the earth, the stones, the rocks. Do you get where I'm coming from? So even if it is dead, like in dead, you get dead and then you get like in dead. It's deader than dead.
Deadest.
It's the deadest.
Deadest.
I like that. Right. So
Deadest.
we're having a look at that. So it doesn't matter whether you're dead or alive. You are still biotic. When things have never, ever, ever, ever lived, ever, as in they cannot, okay, they're abiotic. So it's normally got those certain carbon-hydrogen bond type of things. Right.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So those are the two components. And please don't get it wrong because people always get it wrong. The living component, which is animals, plants, microorganisms, that type of thing. And then you get your abiotic, right, which is your non-living, and it sorts with water, temperature, soil, that type of thing. Right. Two main things. Next, okay. The biotic and the abiotic, here we go. The biotic and the abiotic factors, when they work together, when they're working together. So in other words, when animals or living things work together with non-living things, that's when you get a biosphere, right? Okay, and then of course you get the thing called a global ecosystem. Okay, now if you have a look at it, the factors of the biosphere form the global one. Nice and easy and simple. It was easy. Okay, now main thing you got to look at, biosphere, is the biotic and the abiotic working together. Nice and easy. Okay, now here we go. The ecology level. This is something that you guys must remember. Okay, it's one thing that people always forget. And it's not, I like this picture. Okay? And I know you know Cheryl. And she loves this picture. That's why she put it here, because this is hers. Right? Now, if I have a look at it. Okay? So we've got an individual. There's me swimming by myself. Right? And I'm walking down. And then all of a sudden I get a couple of mates with me. And then we become a population. Now remember, a population is of the same species. Okay? Then what happens is we have the population, or myself, and I'm working with my dogs and my cats, and we have a look at birds, right? The trees. Now we're having a look at a community, right? Now we're having a look at the next thing is if we start bringing in abiotic and biotic factors, okay, we're going to start having an ecosystem. They're going to work together, okay. Then more, we're going to get a biome because it becomes a certain area, because this area is completely different to that area according to the biotic and abiotic factors and the temperature and the climate and the type of soil, and all of that makes a certain biome. Right? And then we're going to go to the biosphere, which is the whole part that we live in. Okay. That is a big thing. Hey, what do you think, Jenny?
Big.
Okay. Now, what I want to do is, I want to do this part. This scientists, this is, I did this before we go to a break, because I think you need to know this. Okay. Scientists, they have divided the earth into different regions according to, right? According to their climate, their soil, plants, and animals. You can understand it. This happens there, and that's what they looked at. And they divided it into the following ones. Okay? You get, for example, the savanna, right? You get the grasslands, you get the forests, you get the succulent karoo, you get the namib karoo, and you get the thatch, right? And you get the fynbos. There we go. So now I've named all of them already. Okay? Now if we have a look at it, over here, you see this dark red part here, okay? That there, you've got to know it like I'm telling you now, so think about it, okay? That there is very simple, okay? That is your savanna. Then you're going to get to this part over here, which you're not going to see that pen there, but the pink part over here, that is called your grasslands, okay? Then you're going to get your next part, which is going to be your namib karoo, and that is that piece there, okay? I'm going to bring this up. It's your namib karoo. After your namib karoo, if you notice, I'm just keeping on moving to the left. I think this is left. Yeah, this way left. Okay. What do you mean you laugh at me? Well, it depends. Look here. How am I standing? This is my right now, isn't it? So now this is my left. Yeah. So come think I'm smart. Then, so anyway, so you get, this is your namib karoo. Then you get this blue section over here, right? And that blue section over there is your succulent karoo. Okay, then you get this pink section over there. Okay, that pink section is your what are those things? Your fynbos. Okay, and then from your fynbos, there's a very small, and I'm going to try and highlight it for you. Okay, it's this piece over here. All these little green parts here. Can you see right on the edge? Okay, there's this green little part. That's your foresty areas. Okay, and then the last one we've got is these purple areas around there, and they're your facts. Right, that's what it is. And the nice thing about it is, I've got them labeled here for you. Nice and easy. Remember, it's a key. You've got to be able to understand the key. Now, the reason I did that is because I've got a lot of questions about this, and you need to know what goes where. Okay, nice and easy. Hey, what do you think? Do you think we need a break now?
Break time.
Good. Go.
My set is, before we take a break, congratulations to Kalista Vishnu. You have won yourself a Casio calculator from last week's Taste Yourself questions from grade 10. With that said, my set is, let's take a very quick break, and I'll see you straight after this. Welcome back, guys. From a break. It's not working today. Hope you guys are still enjoying the show. You are doing life sciences with that one.
This one. How are you? Now, I let you go looking at this specific diagram. Now, I know we're supposed to do questions, and I'm going to do questions. But what I want to do, I want to show you guys a couple of things. And what makes... I know... Who was that lady that asked me, how do you know which biomes go where?
Oh, Sebendal.
Bullclear. Right? See, we do get to your stuff. Now, this is quickly, because I want to go and do questions, I need you to look at this quickly, and we're going to do it quickly. Right, so I'm going to have a look at, for example, the savanna. Now remember, the savanna is this biggest area around over here. Right, the red part. Okay, and I know I'm not drawing on the board, so I hope you're looking at me straight. It's just this red part over here. Nice and big. Okay, now specific things grow there. Okay, now if I have a look at it, that's what it is. Okay, now what you would get is you get certain animals like the big five, which is, you know, your lions, your cheetahs. No, not your cheetahs. Check. I'm already going mad.
Your big five.
Your big five, which is your lion. It's your rhino. Good girl.
That one.
That one with the big things like this. The elephant.
Oh, elephant. Yes, I remember.
Lion.
Yeah.
You said lion?
And the other one, man.
Yes, it's called the
buffalo.
Buffalo. Very nice. So we've got those, right? And then you get special trees. Okay? You got your baobab tree. That's a big tree. Go look up baobab and see. You can actually put a restaurant inside there. Okay? And they're having a look at summers that are hot and wet, and you've got winters that are cool and dry, for example. And then, of course, like I said, the animals, and you get the amarula tree. The amarula tree. Amarula tree.
Thinking of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how you find out which biome is which. Like, I'm gonna go through them quite quickly so that you can see where we're going. Right, but I'm gonna do it fast, so listen. Okay, next one, you've got the grassland, which is this area here. Now, normally on your grassland, you're going to get smaller animals, right, that can run very fast. Like you get your birds, like your what are those birds that got these birds?
No, not a flamingo.
You see, it's a guinea fowl. Okay, she thinks it's a flamingo. Those are pink, sweetie. Right, anyway, so if you have a look at it, it's nice open land.
Fowl.
It's
Guinea
a
fowl.
guinea fowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one. You're going to get your Namib Karoo, which is this area here. Okay? And the Namib Karoo looks like this. It's quite very hot in summer. Little bit of rainfall, not much. Right? And it's semi-desert. So the soil, if you have a look at it, you normally get like your ostriches and all of that there. And look at the soil. Okay? Now, I'm rushing through this because I need to get you some questions. So watch carefully. Okay? That's the type of trees. The trees are used to, they're more xerophyte. You know what xerophyte is? Hey, Luni. What's a xerophyte?
Wow. I've heard that word before.
Yeah.
And I know it, hey?
Think about it.
Yeah.
That is your question
A
today.
xerophyte.
Okay,
I know
cool.
it.
Then we're going to have a look at your succulent karoo. Succulent, they suck up a lot of water. How's that? Okay? And if I bring it down, that's what it looks like. Okay? That is very important. That is one of the coolest times. People come and have a look at the flowers. Certain parts of the year. Very famous, right? And you get the Timones.
Yes!
You get Timones there. They're looking at us. Right? Those brothers. Yes. And it's beautiful, right? It's a beautiful, beautiful area. And look at this. What do you think that is?
Hyena.
No.
No.
That's a bat-eared fox.
Oh, a fox.
Yeah.
Looks like a a small
It's a
hyena.
bat-eared fox.
Okay. got
Yes. Then we're going to go to the fynbos. Now the fynbos is in that Cape area, right? And if we have a look at the fynbos, and I know I'm rushing it, but I want to make sure that you get this thing. Okay? Now your fynbos, look at that. Look at the area. And that's where you get the flower of South Africa, which is it's also the cricket players. You know those?
Yeah, I'm saying Protea.
Proteas, that's it. And of course our Proteas are
Awesome.
King Protea.
Oh, King Protea.
There we go.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought you're talking about the team now.
The team,
Sorry.
of course, they're also king. What you worried about? The animals that we get are like your tortoises and that, right? And if you have a look at the beautiful Proteas. We've got the wines, right? You know the wine, the wine route. Your mom and dad, you like to do the wine route. I don't like wine. I like the grapes though. But anyway, the beautiful. Why are you laughing? It's true, right? And then you get the beautiful birds that suck on them, right? Then, let's go. After that, we're going to get the forest. Now, give me a place where everybody talks about that's a foresty.
Forest.
Forest. That's in South Africa. We're looking at South Africa, yeah, girl.
Forest away.
And if you have a look at it. It's nice. What about the Knysna forests? Anyway.
Knysna.
Yeah, yay. That's
Please
nice.
understand I'm from the Eastern Cape.
Yeah, you're typical.
So
Okay.
what do you mean I'm typical?
Typical.
I just know my places in the Eastern Cape. There's a place called Forestway in the Eastern Cape.
Oh, there we go. So we can use that. Now, have a look at it. Look how foresty they are. That's a nice word, how foresty they are. Just a lot of trees bunched up together, right? Look how things grow on top of each other. Look at the beautiful birds that come from there, right? They're quite packed and they're dark underneath. Okay, next one. We've got your thicket. Now, that's round about this area here. And if you have a look at it, that's a type of plants, okay? It's nice and thick, bushy. It's not it's a bushy area. Does it make sense? It's very bushy, very thick. And you normally get that. If we have a look, you'll see a lot of monkeys there. Beautiful type of plants, right? They're nice and fleshy as well. So that's what we're looking at. Okay, now, once I've got all of that done for you, now it's time to do some work. Looney, I hope you've been watching.
I know what a xerophyte is.
What is a
It's
xerophyte?
a plant that survives in a place that has little water.
No,
like
who,
a desert.
Who told you that?
No, I remembered. My
Who
memory.
told you
Natural
that?
Sciences Days,
One
grade
of
9.
you guys have
no
told
one
her.
told
You
me.
definitely
No.
told her.
Oh, so you don't trust my abilities now?
No, sweetie, I always trust your abilities, but it never takes you that long.
No, I was just trying to think from my grade 9 days.
You were thinking, okay, no, then I'll
Sciences.
give it to you. Thank you
It
very much for
is.
not telling her so that she is brilliant and bright. Right, so now the question is, oh, come on, There we go. Look at this beautiful thing. And I've taken all the colors away and all the maps. And they want you to identify each and every one. So let's have a look. Okay, first question. Define the term biome. Okay, now the biome, it was very simple. The biome, of course, is when you take a specific area with a specific climate and a specific type of soil or animal or plant or anything that in a certain area. That's called your biome, right? So it's biome is a certain area with a certain climate and a certain vegetation and animals, right? That's what a biome is. Nice and simple. Now, next one. Name the two main types of biomes. So, Looney, we get two main types of biomes, right? Let's see how good you are. We have one and we have another. The one is where we live. What would it be?
Where we live.
Where we live, like me and you.
Are you talking about that biotic, abiotic?
Not biotic or
Not that
abiotic.
one.
I'm talking about me and you. What are we? We are humans. Where do we live? On?
Land,
Ah, so one's land and the other one is?
sea, water.
Water. Very nice. So you get two types. You get terrestrial
No,
and
but
you
then
get
now,
aquatic.
what about the air?
They don't stay there for good.
Yes, that's why
They
I
don't
was
stay there for good.
asking.
That's why you get two types.
Okay.
You get aquatic and you get terrestrial.
Terrestrial.
Those are the two that you want. And those are the two main ones I mentioned right in the beginning. Right. So it's aquatic and terrestrial. Those are the two main ones that we're looking for. Right. Now, next one I want to look. Identify biomes A to G. Looney, let's see how good you are. Let's see if you can give this to me. Now, if you remember, I gave you this map. That's why I went through it so quickly with you. So let's see how good or how well Looney listens when I talk to you.
Ah, the pressure.
The pressure is on, girl. And I will make it fair. I will choose any color pen you want to mark it. So I will say yellow because I know you love yellow. Okay, so let's start off at pick it. We got to start with A, am I right? So A, here we are. This is A.
It's the red part.
It's the red
That
part.
much I
Very
remember.
nice. And the red part, in my eyes, was the what? Can't remember. Not giving you a clue. Next one. B. This piece.
It is the fleshy part.
No, it's not the fleshy part.
Isn't
This is
it?
the
Savannah.
Savannah's A. Well
and then isn't
done.
that the famous part?
This piece is us. We here. This is where you will find things like your cheetah. Because your cheetah needs open space to run fast. It doesn't need any trees or anything in the way. It just has to run straight. On what type of ground?
Dry ground.
Your dad cuts it with a lawnmower.
Grass.
Grass. It's a grassland. Very nice. Come, Looney, you got to keep up with me, girl. That's B. C. C is your...
I know you can do it. I don't.
Okay.
I
C
just
is your
remember the
Namib
colours.
Karoo. Okay, your Namib Karoo.
Yes.
Now, guys, you need to know it like this. Okay, you need to know it off by heart in this way, right? So C is your Namib Karoo. Okay, D, which is over here. Remember, that's your succulent Karoo. That's where you, a specific time during the year, tourists from overseas come and have a look at all these different things, right? Okay, so that is this one here. The next one, you're going to get D. E is over here. It is your fynbos, right? That's in Cape Town. Also very famous, right? That's where you're going to get your proteas. Okay? So your proteas, very, very important one. So that's E. F is your foresty areas. That's where it looks like. It's your foresty areas. So it's your forests. And then your last one is this area. Here and there, you'll see little spigots of it. Okay? This is almost like... You'll see Durban's over here, okay? And it's close to Durban, just past it, right? That is where you're going to find this specific area, which is your thicket. Okay, now the thicket, as I remember, it's nice and thick, overgrown things. Okay, now that is what they ask you, and you need to know and understand how to do everything. And there's worse. That was still an easy question. It gets worse. I'm so glad that Looney's here to help me out with this. Which biome is the main, which biome is the main tourist attraction during spring when the whole area is covered with flowers. Now, I know I've told you 500 times, which means Looney needs and can understand where it would be. Now, I remember telling you guys that this is a very special place, okay? The succulent Karoo. Very special because tourists come there during specific time, which is spring, because what happens is the whole ground is just covered in flowers, right? Because these specific ones flower very easy, and tourists, they think it's beautiful. Right, so where do you think it is? It's the succulent Karoo. Very nice. Now, the succulent Karoo is found in which area, D, on the map?
Which area?
D on the map, yeah? Which area?
D.
D, well done! She's got good ears. Right. So that was nice, Looney. I'm impressed, okay? So that was, I don't want to go too much. I'm trying to give you as much as possible. Next one. If I can get there. There. We're back. We're still on this picture. Oh, wait, are we? Go back. There we go. Ha. Which biome includes one of the world's richest floral kingdoms? Which biome consists of one of the richest floral kingdoms? Now, first of all, you need to understand this. Floral meaning flower. Quite nice, right? And kingdom, the plant kingdom, right? But now understand this. It has got one of the biggest plant kingdoms. Okay, it is a plant, which is its kingdom, but it's got the biggest one. We are one of the world's richest floral kingdoms. In other words, we've got so many different types. And in which area is it? Now, you won't believe me, but it's actually somewhere not close to where I am, okay? It's actually there where there's this big mountain and they put this
It's there.
cloth over.
E.
This one.
Cape Town you are talking about,
Very nice. How do you know that?
I was looking at the notes.
You're looking at the notes. Yes. You know, you see how easy it is.
But
That's
then you were also saying the mountain.
the mountain. So what is the
Yes.
mountain? Table Mountain. Very important. Right. That's nice. And now, which biome attracts tourists to the many game farms? Now think about it. Game farms. Where do we find most of our game farms? Okay? Where do you think it would be, Looney? Our game farms. Now remember, game farms, we're having a look at certain places. Where would it be? It could either be two places.
Savannah.
It could either be the grasslands or the savannah. Okay? So it's either those two. Now normally it would mostly be at the savannah areas, okay? Because the savannah areas is where you're going to get most of your big five. It's got a bigger terrain of all the other things, right? So your savannah is the biggest one, okay? So that is very nice. I'm impressed, Looney. Keep this up. We might make you pass. Which biome is the largest?
Is the largest.
Is the largest? Oh, come on, look here.
Savannah.
Look,
No,
that
no.
took a while. That's right. Look at from here all the
Yeah.
way around, all the way down. Which is the
Yes.
biggest?
Savannah.
The savannah. Very nice. Okay, so the savannah is the biggest. That's nice. And now, which biome will you find the following species? This is a type of question they will ask you. Now, the problem is your educators have given you notes. You need to know the animals and the plants in them. I know it sucks. And I know it's difficult. But you're big. And so, hey, Looney, we're all big. And I also had to learn it. And I promise you, you will survive. Okay? So let's have a look at it. Firstly, okay, figgies, okay, and quiver trees. Those are normally found in specific places. Those are those little trees with those fun little branches on the side, okay? They are actually found in your Namib Karoo. Okay, so they found it up in your Namib Karoo. Your yellow wood and stinkwood, wood meaning trees, it would be found in the, come Looney? Where do you find trees?
Forest.
Forests, very nice. So you'll find them in the forest. Yeah, Mupani and Baobab. Where would you find that? Those are actually found in the largest region, right? They're found in the largest region. Normally you find your big five there and all of that. Okay? It is? Come, Looney, help me out here.
Savannah.
Savanna, good girl. So these ones are found in your savannas, that top area, right? And then you get the last one, which we're having a look at, your proteas, right? Just by saying proteas, automatic,
Fynbos.
I know it is the
Fynbos.
fynbos. Very, very nice. Right, so that is the whole little area that we need. Okay, now, I want to go on, but before I go on, I'm going to stop it there. I want you guys to go have a break. Nice stretch, okay? Make sure you get all the energy you need. The next one, we're going to quickly go through that challenge question, and then I'm going to carry on with questions. So, hey, Leni.
All right, before we go, shout out to Mbasa Moya Habo, Gabriela, Buhle Bendalo, Marcus, Tepiso. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Mindset is with that said, let's take a very quick break and don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Mindsetters, from that break. Llewellyn!
Hello. Right, now, I know for a fact, and I mean, it's a little fact, but I know that you've got somebody here in the studio that is like thrilled with you, right? And I know that for a fact, because the minute I went on to my first break, I got this thing that said, well, I can't call her a thing, she's beautiful. She really is. And she says that all of you are doing well, right? And the answer to the challenge question was given like that. And it is.
C.
No, it's one of the letters, sweetie.
C.
Yes, I can see those letters.
The letter C.
Oh, the letter C.
Yes.
Very nice.
That's why.
Okay, so it's a simple one, okay? Nice and easy, okay? It is the study of the relationship between organisms and the environment, and that is ecology. Nice, simple, and easy. Hey, Leni. Now, the challenge question was simple. I thought that you just needed a little bit of relaxation today, right? But don't forget, I've still got other questions. So, what it says here, the gemsbok, you know how beautiful a gemsbok is? You know what a gemsbok is, right? That's it. The gemsbok. The gemsbok is a large herbivore, which is what? What's a herbivore?
Plants. It eats plants.
That's better. Because I've said it before, that it was bad.
What?
Don't forgive me. Right. It's a large herbivore that lives on herbs in the desert areas of South Africa. So they live in the desert areas of South Africa, right? Now, these things are beautiful, beautiful animals. There it is. Okay? They've got very specialized things in their body to cool them down because of the heat, right? So they've got beautiful things, okay? They live in dry conditions. There are not many rivers where they go, rivers or lakes, okay? So they provide drinking water for the animals, right? There's a specific place that they get their things. They normally get all their water from the food that they eat, okay? So they don't have lakes, they don't have ponds, they don't have as many rivers, right? Okay? So the desert areas are hot during the day, but they are cool at night, okay? Now, remember, deserts are open. So during the day, you die of heat, but at night, it can get very, 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 very cold. Okay? So that's something you have to remember about a desert. So if you ever get stuck in a desert, right, wait for nighttime. Hey, what do you think? Good. Now, okay, it's cool at night, and it becomes moist. And the plants absorb the moisture, and then it eats the plants, and it gets its water through the plants. Right. Nice and easy. But now, there's that beautiful animal, got these long horns, very, very long horns. Now, if I have a look at this, there will always be the king of the jungle somewhere in South Africa. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he is?
Lion.
Lion, right. So there are a few lions that live in the desert areas. Now, they make a good living by this, okay? So they do live there. Now, the question is, they hunt and feed on gemsbok. That's what they do. You know, lions, they don't care what it looks like as long as they can eat it. Okay? So, the information that was given, okay, they want to know, draw up a conclusion of a gemsbok suggesting two ways, just two ways, in which they could avoid being killed by the lions. First of all, they've got this thing, right, that's on their head. What is it called? Horns. Their horns are long and they are sharp, right? So they're long and sharp, and they can stab this gemsbok. Okay, I mean, they can stab the lion, not the gemsbok stab a gemsbok. It's not good. No. Okay, so they're going to stab the lion for protection, plain and simple. So they can, like, and try and stick it in them, right? And then there's also another thing. They also mostly feed at night. Not right at night, but during certain times of the day. Okay? Those certain times protect the gemsbok. Now, if I have a look at it, if I had to look at more down, no, we'll get to the next page. But that's what they do to protect themselves. It's a nice and easy way to protect themselves, just by eating at certain times of the night, and of course, making sure that they have those long horns. Now, what I've got here is I've got a graph, right? The graph shows water content of grass and time of day that the gemsbok feed. Okay, so look here, time of day, water concentration of grass, percentage of herbivores feeding. Okay, so when they eat. So let's have a look at it. If I have a decent look, okay, as the grass, I'm going to draw it underneath it. So as the grass, well, the concentration of water in the grass starts increasing, okay, so do the gemsbok. Can you see it? Then they start decreasing. What happens to the gemsbok? Starts decreasing. What happens when it starts rising? So do the gemsbok. It's nice and easy. If you noticed, one is working with the other. Nice and easy to have a look at. Okay, now, the question is, describe how the water concentration of the grass changes during the day. Okay, so now let's have a look. So we're going to start at 12 o'clock at night, okay, and we're going to end at 12 o'clock at night. Right. Now, what this is saying is the water concentration, if I have a look at, just listen to me carefully. So from 12 all the way up to round about 7, 8 o'clock, okay, it starts getting nice, full of water. Then what happens? It gets hot, all the water gets taken away, right? There's not much water left. And then what starts happening at 1800 hours, which is 6 o'clock, right? Starts rising slowly again. Now let's have a look at this. During the day of the desert, what happens? It is very, very hot. Yes. So what happens is all that water goes through evaporation. There's nothing left. What happens at night? What did I say happens? It cools down. Okay? So the water, or the heat that is taken away from those plants, at night, what happens is the water returns because it cools, it condenses, and it comes down to, and it lands on the plants again, and the plants suck it up. And as the water falls, so it sucks it up quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. And that's why there's such a change during the day. Right, so the more that it changes, okay, if we have a look at it, the more water that falls, the more it's going to suck up. As it gets hotter, it starts releasing more and more water till it can't release anymore. And then later on at night, when it cools down and the water condenses and falls down on it again, it starts rising and it starts sucking up that water again. You understand where I'm coming from? It's quite lekker. Now, that was the first question. Let's have a look at it. Suggest why the water concentration of the grass changes. Now, I've just told you. Okay, very simple. The water gets sucked out of the grass, okay, and at night gets put down again, and the water of the grass sucks up the water again. Okay, that's why the gemsbok eats at certain parts. It's pointless him eating here because the grass is dry and yucky, and I mean, which would be better? Let's see. If you had, you know, you get dried fruit, Helene. Okay, now dried fruit is nice, okay, but now if you put down a dried peach here in front of me, and you bring out this beautiful, luscious, sweet, juicy, full of water, you know what I'm trying to say? Which one would you rather eat?
The juice.
The juicy one, especially if that's the only water you're going to get, am I right? If that is the only liquid, if you're thirsty, which one would you take? I would take this one. I wouldn't waste my time with the dried out one. Now they're in the same predicament, the same boat. You want to go for the juicy ones. So they wait for certain times when the water concentration is high in the grass, that is when they're going to attack. Hey? You're with me. It's nice and cool. Right, so let's go. Next one. Between which time of day more than 25% of the herd would feed? During which time of the day? So more than 25%. So let's have a look. This is herd feeding percentage. So more than 25. That's it. So between midnight and, let's say it about, I'd say about there. So it's about 8 o'clock. Hoppers 8. Okay? So from midnight to hoppers 8 in the morning, that's when more than 25. And in actual fact, if you have a look at it, okay, watch carefully. It's not just this part, is it? Look here. If that is 20, it starts from about, there it is, 1800 hours. So from 6 o'clock at night till 8 o'clock the next morning, that's when the blessed book will feed. Hey? Looney's just, yeah, she's not even listening. She's listening to you guys on the net.
Yes.
I know.
Attention.
I know. Right. So that is when they feed. Very, very important. Now, let's see if there was another question here. Yeah. Suggest an advantage to the gemsbok feeding mainly at these times. First of all, not as hot. They don't use as much energy to walk around and eat and all of that, right? They don't use as much energy. They are cooler, right? They get water because there's more water in the plants. And let's see what else. They don't have to waste all their energy in that sun. They can go and rest in the shade in the sunlight. Right. So the hotter it is, the more you rest. The cooler it is, the more you move, the more food you're going to get. Right. So I'm hoping that you guys are getting the type of questions that we're going to ask. Now, there is more. I took another one of this one here. Right? Okay? I was going to do more, but I think that all of these are there ready for you, and I don't want to start another one until we go.
And those questions
right.
are nice and easy. Hey.
So, yeah, these are easy. So, what I'm going to do is, Looney, do you have any questions for me? Okay, so let me hear these questions.
Okay. From Moya Habo, what are the climatic factors that may affect the lives of plants and animals?
Oh, it's quite a few things. It's got to do with the type of soil, right? If the soil is loamy, or is it clay, or is it sandy? That's firstly, okay. Then we're having a look at the climatic factors, okay. So is it going to have rain in summer? Is it going to have rain in winter? Okay, is it going to have rain all year round? You've got to look at that. Is it going to have frost that kills? Black frost or not? Those are the things that you've got to have a look at. If it's not going to have enough water, not enough rainfall, what does it have to do to protect itself? Is it going to become a xerophyte? If there's too much water, is it going to become a hydrophyte? Are there going to be a lot of guard cells on the top of the leaf to give off water? They're going to be underneath the leaf to stop water. There's lots of things you can look at.
One move.
Yeah.
Can I say that coastal areas are most likely to be aquatic biomes such as fynbos and succulent, while terrestrial biomes are more likely to be central areas such as the grassland?
Yeah, but you can't say that because there is terrestrial, like the what do you call it, the Vaal Dam and that. Okay, it's there. They're all there. That's still aquatic. Okay, so it's not terrestrial is land, aquatic is there. Okay.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks. And
Your
I'm
last
sure I'll
show,
see
but
you.
it's fine.
I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, obviously. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For the nice and easy question. Right, setters, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, if we didn't get through any of your questions, we do have help desk, and all the information for our help desk are on our Facebook page. One of them is learn.mindset.co.za/help desk, and all the Learn Extra Life Sciences help desks are proudly brought to you by Excel. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Until next time, goodbye from us.